hero. Hey, excuse me, princess.
Can we seriously just stop with this us versus them thing already? It's tired, it's boring, it's not helpful to anyone. That's the main thing. It divides people, it helps no one.
I'm really not a big fan of drama in general, and my disposition is to ignore it. But due to Ethel, Essence of Thought, relentlessly bullying my good friend Rachel Oates into self-harming, and then heavily insinuating that she's using the colour of her skin to manipulate people, I'm done with silence.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to have an argument, please.
Certainly, sir. Have you been here before?
No, this is my first time.
On the 29th of March, I published a video on transgender athletes, and I screwed up bad. Ethel published a response that was, in large, decent. Just like the aforementioned people, Ethel accurately pointed out many of my mistakes. But unlike the previous people, she incessantly assigned to me malice motive. She insisted that I had made the video with the intent of deliberately hurting trans people,
just as a means to attack trans women and their place in public.
In fact, she straight up asserted that I was jumping on the anti-trans bandwagon simply to cash in on a far-right paycheck.
Oh dearie me, the ultralight man is here to teach us about his fears for women's sports. Stephen Woodford from Rationality Rules is jumping on the anti-trans bandwagon. Because when the Bible thumpers are too busy to blame us for every natural disaster on this planet, the trademark skeptics step up to claim that we're destroying Western civilization.
Is this the right room for an argument?
I've told you once.
Anyhow, while flying back from the warm hospitality of the ACA publicly denounced me. And since receiving a denouncement from such a large and respected organisation can be absolutely career-ending, I had to put everything aside in order to reply immediately.
He, as a creator, was acting on transphobic principles. When he made it, he formed his argument from sheer prejudice for trans women, based on preconceived notions and stereotypes of what they're like.
No, this isn't an argument.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. It's just contradiction.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
It is not.
It is. You just contradicted me.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you did.
No.
On the 15th of June, I published my updated views, and 7 days later, Ethel published a response titled Rationality Rules Proves Himself a Transphobic Hack.
One group, including yourself, is arguing for the removal of certain human rights for trans people. To be clear, you are not supportive of the trans community, you are certainly no trans ally. You are a transphobic hack.
This is futile.
No, it isn't.
I came here for a good argument.
No, you didn't. You came here for an argument.
Well, an argument's not the same as contradiction.
Can be.
During the month of July, Ethel asserted that I had had a transphobic meltdown, claimed that the ACA had died due to transphobia, and attacked Matt Dillahunty, who is considered a massive ally of the trans community, for not publicly denouncing me. And finally, on the 24th of August, Ethel created yet another video on the topic in which she somehow quadrupled down on her defamation, stating as fact, get this, that my one and only goal throughout this entire ordeal has been to maximise the amount of harm to trans people that I possibly can.
Woodford is not setting out to improve sport. He's setting out to maximise the amount of harm he can cause trans people.
An argument's a connected series of statements to establish a definite proposition.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. It isn't just contradiction.
This, as anyone with eyes can see, is absolutely detrimental to the trans community.
Look, if I argue with you, I must take up a contrary position.
But it isn't just saying no, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. Argument's an intellectual process. Contradiction is just the automatic gainsaying of anything the other person says.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
But after trampling over the reputation of these figures, who are, let's not forget, considered massive allies of the trans community, Ethel found someone who simply couldn't ignore her accusations, my close friend Rachel Oates. After harassing and demanding that Rachel denounce me as a transphobe and manipulating everything that Rachel had to say while blocking her from defending herself, as Ethel does, Rachel replied in video format.
I don't care about sport. I don't know anything about sport. I have no interest in sport. So I didn't even have an opinion on the video.
Thank you. Morning.
What?
That's it. Morning.
But I was just getting interested.
Sorry, the 5 minutes is up.
This is exactly the same as the people who say, oh, when did you stop hitting your wife? I never viciously attack trans people. I can't stop viciously attacking trans people because I never started.
I've had enough of this.
No, you haven't.
Oh, shut up.
After months of lies and bullying, Rachel broke. She posted a video in which she was profusely crying, with blood trickling down her arm from self-harm, just as a means of getting Ethel to recognise the harm and abuse that her and her ilk were causing. Honestly, Ethel, you've become the very monster that you set out to slay. An abusive, intolerant, bigoted bully. Rachel, while you may not feel like it, you are extremely strong. Despite all of the bullying and manipulating, you didn't cave to Ethel's demands, you didn't condemn me, you didn't endorse a lie. And for that, you have my utmost respect. It's truly an honor to call you my friend.
Thanks, Link. I guess.
Hey, it's a dirty job, Princess, but somebody's got to do it.
I'm glad it's you, Link.
I wish I had the chance to live those few moments again.
I understand.
But unfortunately, I can't.
I forgive you.
I cannot go into what happened, and most importantly, I'm not going to sit here and make any excuses.
Don't make any excuses.
I take great pride in me being able to exercise self-control, and what I did was inexcusable.
It's okay. Rihanna's a bitch.
I'm very sad and very ashamed of what I've done. My mother and my spiritual teachers have taught me way better than that. I have told Rihanna countless times that
Tell that bitch!
I mean, really, people like to disrespect my crew, but the fact is that you know my name and I don't know you.